Introduction. Welcome to this instructional video on the changes taking place from the 1st of October 2012 to the process of pre-enrolment for newborns with their primary care provider. The aim of the newborn pre-enrolment policy is to ensure that newborns are enrolled with a GP and PHO as soon as possible after birth, and a relationship with their primary care provider is established early on. Prior to the 1st of October 2012, the provider could not apply or receive capitation funding for a newborn until they had completed the full enrolment process and obtained a signed enrolment form. From the 1st of October, newborns can be pre-enrolled and submitted for funding from birth before the full enrolment process is completed. In conjunction with this video, you are advised to refer to the Newborn Enrolment Toolkit manual, where you will find information regarding 1. A step-by-step guide, 2. Business rules for pre-enrolment code, 3. Frequently asked questions and answers, 4. Sample letters, 5. Sample enrolment forms, 6. Patient Management System, PMS instructions. Step-by-step guide. At birth, the caregiver of the newborn completes the National Immunisation Register, or NIR, information and nominates a GP to be responsible for the baby's vaccinations. The information is then forwarded to the GP in the form of an electronic nomination message. The following process applies for all newborn preliminary enrolments where a provider accepts a nomination notification from the NIR that she or he has been chosen as the newborn's general practitioner. GPs who accept an NIR nomination as the doctor for a newborn can register the baby immediately on their PMS as a pre-enrolment and can submit pre-enrolled newborns for capitation funding. The newborn pre-enrolment status can last for up to a maximum of 3 months, and full enrolment should be completed within this period. During this pre-enrolment phase, there will be no clawbacks for pre-enrolled newborns, and infants coded as pre-enrolled will be exempt from audits. Entering the newborn into the PMS. On acceptance of the NIR notification or any other notification, firstly, enter the newborn into the PMS with the appropriate pre-enrolment code. See PMS example screenshots at the end of this video and in the toolkit. The pre-enrolment code signifies that the newborn has been pre-enrolled before the full enrolment process has been completed, which includes obtaining a signed enrolment form. Secondly, this process ensures the newborn is included in the next enrolment register to be submitted by the provider. This can be done before the provider has completed the eligibility and enrolment process. Record the date of pre-enrolment as the date the newborn was entered into the PMS. The date of last consultation will be blank until the newborn has had a consultation. Enrolment status. Once a notification has been accepted, best practice should be followed by writing to the parents or caregiver and then recalling for vaccinations as appropriate. See the Newborn Enrolment Toolkit for a detailed step-by-step guide, including sample letters. Once a completed enrolment form is received, change the newborn's enrolment status from pre-enrolment to enrolled and enter the date of enrolment in the PMS with the date the enrolment form was signed. Again, the date of last consultation will be blank until the newborn has had a consultation. When the newborn first presents for services, for example their 6-week immunisations, the provider must go through the eligibility and enrolment process with the parent or guardian. Once the eligibility and enrolment process is completed and a signed enrolment form obtained, change the baby's enrolment status from pre-enrolment to enrolled. Then enter the date of enrolment in the PMS as the date the parent or guardian signed the enrolment form. The date of last consultation will automatically populate in the PMS when the service has been completed. Please note that if you find the newborn is not eligible and/or entitled to enrol, then change the newborn's enrolment status in the PMS as appropriate to registered or casual. Also, if the full enrolment process is not completed prior to the second time the newborn is included on the enrolment register submitted for capitation funding, that is, the newborn is still recorded as pre-enrolled, the Ministry will reject the baby for funding. Remember to remove the baby from subsequent enrolment registers by changing the enrolment status back to registered or casual. Algorithm for newborn enrolment. Refer to the algorithm in the Newborn Enrolment Toolkit if you are unsure of the process. Thank you for watching this video on the changes taking place from the 1st of October 2012 to the process of enrolment for newborns with their primary care provider. If you have any queries, please contact your primary health organisation in the first instance. Keep watching for the examples of the changes in your PMS system. PMS examples. Remember to read the details of the provider and PHO enrolment rules, the capitation-based funding-based rules, and frequently asked questions contained in the Newborn Enrolment Toolkit. The following information and screenshots indicate the changes you will see in your MEDTECH 32, Houston VIP, and IntraHealth PMS systems following your software update. Changes to My Practice will be contained in the release notes that accompany your software update. The majority of PMS vendors have called the pre-enrollment code the Newborn Preliminary Enrollment B code. MEDTECH 32 instructions. In the patient register, the Enrolment Funding tab will be modified to include the Newborn Preliminary Enrolment B enrolment status. If a patient was added via an NIR New Patient Nomination message, the Enrolment Status drop-down field will be set to Newborn Preliminary Enrolment B. The date confirmed will be set to the date the baby was entered into MEDTECH 32 and a B enrolment status code. The Preliminary Enrolment Status B and its funding status will be added to the patient palette. When a B enrolment status code is attached to the baby, an alert is created to remind you to complete the eligibility and enrolment process. The appointment book now highlights babies with a B in pre-enrolment code in pink in the status column. Houston VIP instructions. On processing the NIR patient nomination message, the following will happen. If you reject the nomination, a warning message will display. If you accept the nomination, the F3 warning will be updated as follows. The patient registration status is registered with the registration date as the date when you accept the NIR nomination message. The enrolment status is blank at this stage. When the full eligibility and enrolment process has been completed, enter the enrolment details and the earlier warning message is automatically removed. Here is an example of how the enrolment status will look on your age-sex register report for a baby who has been pre-enrolled but has not completed the full eligibility and enrolment process yet. Profile for Windows. The NIR sends nomination messages to the provider that they have been chosen as the newborn's GP. These messages appear in the Work Centre NIR Messages screen. If the provider accepts the nomination, the newborn can be added as follows. In the nomination message, click on Accept, Add New. This will cause the following. The newborn's details are used to add a new patient. The patient status set to registered. A new care plan is created for new patient. Intervention. Pre-call letter that will be automatically sent out when today's date equals newborn, date of birth, plus 28 days. A new patient card is created for the patient that will appear in Alter Patient, Financial, named Newborn Pre-Enroll Card. It will have an expiry date of newborn, date of birth plus 92 days. This completes the nomination workflow. Refer to the Appendix 3 in the Newborn Enrolment Toolkit for the detailed instructions regarding CBF messages and events and using audits and alerts. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you have any queries, contact your PHO in the first instance.